What's up guys? Welcome back to Modern Mining. Today I'm going to discuss 3 coins that I've been building my bags of because they're all facing some sort of existential crisis for miners in the next 6 months to 1 year. So let's check out these coins and see why I'm mining them and why I'm holding them as well. Stay tuned till the end. I'll also show you what my current bags look like of these coins and what my eventual goals are before I might move on to something else. The first coin on the list is Alephium, coming in at rank 338 with a market cap of 200 million. We're going to discuss the pros and the cons coming up in Alephium's future for crypto miners. Let's start with the negatives. So everyone already knows that Alephium has FPGAs on the network. And for those that don't know, those are basically not all the way to an ASIC, but somewhat in a middle ground where they have better efficiency than GPU miners. So with enough FPGAs on the network, there eventually won't be a spot for GPU miners to be able to profitably mine on residential electricity rate. But unfortunately, it's going to get worse. Rabid Mining, and I'll put a link down to his channel below, recently announced that Bitmain is likely working on an ASIC for Alephium, and that will be much worse than an FPGA. So at some point, we don't really know when it's going to happen, ASICs are going to come onto the Alephium network and essentially over time kick out all the GPU miners. So I'm trying to personally build as big a bag of Alephium as I can before that time happens. But there are some positives to this, assuming you already have a bag of Alephium built up or you're going to build one up before the introduction of ASICs. Normally what happens, and I don't believe that it's proven, but this is what I've heard, is that when Bitmain releases an ASIC to a coin like this, they obviously are not going to spend all the research and time building an ASIC if it's not going to be profitable to mine that coin. Otherwise, people aren't going to buy the ASIC. So in the past, we've kind of seen these coins start to pump up in price when ASICs are getting released or getting ready to be released. Alephium's already gone on a huge run, but I'm expecting if the ASICs do come for an even higher run. And how high could that potentially go? Well, let's look at Kaspa just as a rough example. So Kaspa used to be GPU mineable, and then after the introduction of ASICs, it's no longer profitable to mine Kaspa on a GPU. So Kaspa now is ranked somewhere around rank 45 with a market cap of 3.5 billion. So theoretically, if Alephium was to go on a similar type of run, that's about a 17x from the current price. So you can see, even if we only get half that, an 8 to 10x, that's an insane opportunity. And that's why I personally have been mining Alephium for the entirety of the last month, because I want to get at a minimum 100 coins. I'll pop up on the screen where I'm at right now. It's right around 65 to 70. So I'm getting close to that 100 mark, but I may just keep going on it. Next coin I want to talk about is Zilliqa, coming in at rank 152 with a market cap of 664 million. Zilliqa is not a small coin by any means, but it used to be a lot bigger coin. Most people who GPU mine have heard of Zilliqa. A lot of videos on dual mining Zilliqa. I made one a week or two ago that I'll throw a card up and put down in the description. That video is more of a how-to dual mine Zilliqa. So continuing the theme, what are the pros and cons of mining Zilliqa going into the future? Well, unfortunately, Zilliqa is going proof of stake sometime within the next year. And that means obviously we're not going to be able to mine it anymore. So that is a key reason why I'm trying to build my Zilliqa bags as much as possible before Zilliqa goes proof of stake. Some other reasons why I'm mining Zilliqa, as I mentioned in my previous video, Zilliqa is currently around 3.5 cents with an all-time high of somewhere around, let's see if I can get it on there, 23 cents. So that's like an 8x just to get back to all-time high. So like Alephium, there's a lot of upwards room for this coin to go crazy. And another reason is, even if you didn't really care about the long-term potential of ZIL, there is no reason that you shouldn't be dual mining it in all your GPUs. Let's take dual mining Alephium and ZIL as an example. I'm currently on my farm making 50% extra profit just from dual mining ZIL while I'm mining Alephium. So let's take a quick look at hash rate NO and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is my farm right here. I have all my cards in there, my power cost. If I go down here and look for Alephium, it's saying I should be making $2.59 in profit every single day. But if I go and see how much I'm making in Zilliqa, so I'm making $2.79 a day in profit on Alephium. But with dual mining, I have 1400 mega hash. I'm making $1.82 every single day in Zilliqa as well. So as you can see, that's literally over 50% extra profits from dual mining Zilliqa, and it has a 10x potential. So technically that could be like 500% extra profits. So everybody really needs to be dual mining Zilliqa. I can't stress it enough. For profitability and just for the sake of getting Zilliqa while you can before it goes proof of stake is extremely important. I have been paid 1,000 Zilliqa and I've got 435 pending. So that's just over the last, I think it's been about a month that I've been dual mining Zil. So let's look up 1,400 Zil. That's about 52 extra dollars that I've made dual mining Zil over the past month. Not a small amount by any means. So if Zil does 10x from that is $520 that I've made dual mining Zil. I'll leave a link to my K1 pool referral link down below. If you plan on trying out dual mining Zil, please use my referral link. It's a great way to just easily contribute a small amount to support the channel so I can get things like this new mic and other upgrades to the channel to improve the video quality for you guys. The third coin I want to mention is Zephyr, coming in at 575 on the rankings and with a market cap of only 82 million. If you've been CPU mining over the past few months, you obviously already know what Zephyr is. Zephyr is not in as much of a dire situation for miners as the other coins, but again, Rabid Mining did a recent video that Bitmain is working on either altering the firmware on their X5 miner or coming out with an entirely new miner to mine Zephyr. And similar to the others, what that's going to do is make it so that if Bitmain's miners are so efficient that they take up all the hash rate, it's going to essentially be unprofitable for home miners to be able to CPU mine Zephyr. So again, I'm trying to build my bags as much as possible before that time comes. Looking at the price of Zephyr, the all-time high is only about 2x where we are now, but it's also a relatively new coin that hasn't experienced a bear market. And for those that don't know, Zephyr is an over-collateralized stable coin, which also has the privacy features of Monero. Over-collateralized means that they have more money in their reserves than they actually have in stable coins that are in existence. So theoretically, it's extremely safe and it's never going to run into an issue where they don't have money to pay out people for their stable coins. Similar to the other coins, if Bitmain does release another piece of hardware for Zephyr, that little conspiracy could still happen where Bitmain somewhat pumps the price to make it that their miners are going to sell better. And I don't think that we've really seen that yet. And it may not happen if they're only going to alter the firmware of the X5 miner that they already have. But I still think Zephyr in general is a good project that has a lot of room to grow, being that it's outside the top 500 coins. As far as my holdings, I've got about 4 Zephyr currently, so about $100, and that's over about 2 months of CPU mining on a 7800X3D and a Ryzen 3600. So anyway, those are the coins that I'm building over the next year or so. And not financial advice, but I think that they have a lot of room to grow, and they are projects that I'm comfortable with holding the coins because they're not going to get rug pulled, or they're not like some of these tiny small cap coins. So if you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time. Peace.